Welcome to your Around the Peninsula. I'm Army Sergeant Alan Brutus. There are many ways to celebrate your faith. Air Force Staff Sergeant Justin Wayne takes us to Osan Air Base, where a group is celebrating in their own special way.
Singing, dancing, and even a little miming help these service members celebrate their faith.
I love it. It's amazing to see everyone coming together for one common goal, to praise God. There's no competition. There's no, oh, they sang the wrong note. It's just, we're here to praise God, so that's good.
This is Shantae's first performance at Gospel Fest, and her beginner's jitters almost got to her.
It's crazy because coming, I was nervous. I was scared. I'm very much a perfectionist, but being able to just be in everyone else's presence, and right before we started, we prayed, and we were reminded why we were here.
This also gives them the chance to meet people from different bases who have similar interests.
It's good to know that you have people just like you here in Korea that are here and want to fellowship and do the same thing that you're doing. It's important, especially at Kunsan for us, because we're so small and we're close-knit. It's an outlet from what everybody else thinks that you're here in Korea to do, to party and do whatever else it is.
Air Force Staff Sergeant Justin Wayne, Osan Air Base, Korea.
This was the second annual Gospel Fest held at Osan Air Base. Recognizing your own needs and characteristics is part of being able to communicate and relate with others. Specialist Marquetta Gibson shows us how one resiliency program teaches soldiers and their spouses better communication.
Attending a real-life management class helps you understand how the decisions you make in life are based on attitude, patterns, and beliefs.
The belief that it challenges and how it challenges is it shows that there are plenty of women who are stable and are not emotional. They need respect right off the bat, where there are men who are very emotional and they just need a big hug. They just need love.
Because everyone has a unique way of expressing themselves, the system teaches how to recognize personality types.
Philip is one of a spouse, a soldier, and he has a spouse who've been introduced to the real life management system. Not only this class, but prior to this class. And so the real life management system he's been able to use not only as a soldier, but really as a husband, as a son, and as a dad.
Knowing that we need to not only express ourselves positively, but also listen will help us feel understood when it comes to managing our relationships.
I truly believe that Philip would end up being a greater soldier for a longer time. And his work performance will be better. We have to get after the health, money, and relationships piece to truly help the choices that are being made in our soldiers.
Specialist Marquetta Gibson, Kent Walker, Korea.
Real life management has studied individuals' choice-making decisions related to money, health, and relationships for 30 years. Airmen at Osan Air Base were notified that they won the 2014 Chief of Staff Team Excellence Award for the Air Mobility Command. Tech Sergeant Chris Bevins explains how they thought outside the box in order to be recognized for this award.
Innovation is all about finding a better way of doing something, and the airmen at the 731st Air Mobility Squadron can be described with one word: innovative. They saw a need to better protect people's household goods while being stored outdoors, as well as save money, and they responded by designing a new cover.
Everything that you see on the pallet cover is there for a reason. It's made of industrial grade materials that will hold up in extreme weather conditions.
The 731st spared no detail when designing the pallet cover, taking everything into account.
There's 4 rings on the very top, and the reason why those rings are in place is because we also invented poles, long poles that we can use to hoist it up and take it off of the pallet as well. It's not only protecting vital assets, it's protecting folks' household goods. And what that ultimately is doing is providing the highest level of customer service.
In 2011, there were about 180 damaged cases of cargo, but since the latest design of the pallet cover,
we have had 0 cases of damaged property. So when you PCS to an overseas assignment, it's the little things that matter, and we're protecting those little things. We're protecting those household goods.
Technical Sergeant Chris Bevins, Osan Air Base, Korea.
The team will now compete at the Air Force level, and if selected, will travel to the Pentagon to brief top Air Force officials. Being separated from family is a common theme in the military, but sometimes family is a lot closer than you think. Army Sergeant Timothy Villarreal has more.
Yeah, we were still not getting. How'd you get back up there?
Some say the family that plays together stays together.
And realized I actually had a chance to dodge.
I want to say sort of a like mind. We're very similar personalities. We enjoy the same things. Oh, I passed it and saw it. This particular trip will be my first deployed, or TDY, with my son, who just joined the unit. Went to basic training in October and just graduated tech school in February, and he's already on this trip with us.
He was originally just coming here. I wasn't a part of that plan until one day our chief came up and asked me if I wanted to go. And I was sure. I mean, it's not every day you get an experience to go to Korea or with Korea with your father.
I'm Master Sergeant.
No,
Go 5 check.
That's the deal.
I think it's really cool to go out and see them walk around the base in Kunsan together. They go to dinner together, they go to DFAC together, they do everything together.
This deployment has brought them closer together.
Sorry.
Another member of the family, unfortunately, drifted away.
I'm probably about 10 right there. That's me and my brother.
As he fights back the tears, only one thought comes to mind.
It's a rough year for the Trombetas. My father passed away in August, and my brother passed away in October.
But he wasn't the only one affected.
It was hard to carry that while going through basic. That was probably the hardest part about not being there for my family after that.
Still, through their pain grew a connection, and that signal was amplified through their love. Army Sergeant Timothy Villarreal, Kunsan Air Base, Korea.
I love you both.
Love you too, sweetheart.
Communication technologies such as Skype and FaceTime are keeping families connected like never before. As children, we imagined old cardboard boxes as everything from spaceships to race cars. Air Force Staff Sergeant Jael LeBourne takes us to the Kunsan pool, where airmen got a chance to relive some of those childhood memories.
There we go. There we keep the flag straight. Can't have the America flag sideways.
It's said that proper planning prevents poor performance.
We ran out of duct tape at the last minute.
And then once we get to the other side, we are going to do that and paddle back.
A total of 7 teams compete in the event.
Splash all you want. I don't care if you splash.
Some even called upon special powers.
We'll keep the magic at a minimum, and if we go down, we'll go down in style. I think this is going to go over.
So the design of the boat was just around what we had. So we just built the rectangle first and then kind of went from there with what we had.
The only question left is whose design is best.
Go!
And after all is said and all others have sunk, a winning team emerges after the waves settle.
On our boat! Yes!
I told you we need metal support!
I told you! What, 9 rolls of duct tape later, and this is the product?
Hey, it made it. That's all that matters.
Great job, guys. Great race. Everybody did a good job.
Staff Sergeant Jael LeBourne, Kunsan Air Base, Korea.
We're number 1!
4th of July festivities also included a home run derby and a 5K run. If you want to explore Korea's history and exercise at the same time, Katusa Corporal Chae Min-young has the right place for you.
Welcome to Namsan Fortress. You like hiking and history? This is the place to be.
Located 25 kilometers south of Seoul, Namsan Fortress sits 480 meters above sea level and encompasses 12 kilometers of walls protecting the area.
Most people come here for the hike, but the most important thing about this place, its historic value.
The fortress was utilized as an emergency capital city of the Joseon dynasty and embodies the broad military exchange between Korea, Japan, and China. Also, some of the tiles composing the walls have been here since the 7th century.
The hike to the top is really tiring, but once you get here, the view is really worth it.
Namsan Fortress is currently inscribed on UNESCO's World Heritage List. That was your Around the Peninsula for Thursday, July 10th. To see these stories and others, go to the AFN Pacific website or view them through the AFN Pacific app. From all of us here at AFN, enjoy your evening.